Good morning, guys. It's Babypowder, and it is Sunday, which means it is time for another one of our cleanout videos for our 200 run series, where we run a dungeon 200 times, one with our Alliance Druid, one with our Horde Druid, and they go to different realms, although they do share because they're working together. To hit gold cap is the goal of the challenge. But in this challenge, we also only add one of our dungeons each week. So even though we are ahead, which if you follow the link down below to Twitch, you actually go check out the stream and join us live while we're doing these 200 runs, you'll see we're already working on RFK, whereas we are just adding in this clean out, track there and keep. We'll be adding BRD items to our cells and seeing if that will help improve our cells. But we're doing that just to see how our cells can improve. And if we take a look here, actually real quick before moving further, let's just mention there is also a link down below if you guys are interested in any helpful guides. Gaminghero.io if you want to go check out the website. It's a pretty neat idea where they actually bring together a bunch of creators to bring some helpful guides for you guys. So if you don't want to really go looking around YouTube for videos, or you just want everything in one spot, go give it a glance, see if you're interested. If you are interested and you do like the guides and you even want to check out some of the membership guides, if you decide to get one of those memberships and you use the code word potato, you'll get a little bit off of that membership. But anyway, back to the video here, back to the clean out. So last week we did really well. If we review here, you see we added Iron Docks last. Like I said, this week we added Track There and Keep. We actually saw our sales shot up to 321,000 gold, whereas before it was increasing. After this third week, you see, I mean, we had 132,000 our first week, but about 80,000 of that was materials. That's why we kind of did Dire Maul East first, because we were looking for those material sales to help give us some gold to sustain us while we're posting transmog, and if we weren't getting sales, because it costs a little bit of gold to post. And then Sunwell dropped down to 33,000. Still not bad, seeing that we had sales each week. And then bam, RFD, the third week we jump up to 100 over 100,000, and then each week it's been going up little by little. Now this is not to be confused with thinking, okay, well, this dungeon added this much gold. No, that's not the case. It's by adding that variety, adding more runs, more dungeons, different types of loot, added that, because we're still seeing sales from the previous dungeons. Like I even think last week we saw a sell from Sunwell, and so on, possibly something from Dire Maul East, and so we are still selling stuff from the previous dungeons, but the new dungeons are adding to it as well. So everything's allowing us to get more and more value. Now, granted, with it being that big of a jump from 185 to over 100,000, we may not see, it jumping over, the last week's sales. It might be that it's a little bit lower this week, but hopefully it's still above that 185 and somewhere in the 200,000 range, and kind of consistent with these three, with increasing in value. So anyway, let's go ahead and review everything else. So again, we had 321,000 last week. Not a bad week. We are now with just over 6 weeks, we were almost at 1 million. Let's see if we can be at over 1 million this week on week 7. Still not bad, as we haven't even hit 2 months yet. And then as far as our actual transmog, we have made 804,000 of that. Granted, we're doing dungeon runs, so majority of it is going to be transmog, other than Dire Maul East, which we did that on purpose. And then with the materials, though, we do have a little bit. Granted, we actually did last week, we made a decent amount in materials, because those auction house modules, I actually included those in materials, just because, I mean, they're not on the material auction house where it's like realm wide, but or whichever. But anyway, it's I did that because of the fact that there are items used to craft something. I felt like it was more of labeled as a material rather than a transmog item, so I figured out it should go in my material bank off. Anyway, so we made a little bit more because we sold a bunch of those auction house modules, so 27,000 gold there, which brought us up to 123,000 total we've made with materials. Again, about 80,000 of that was just from Dire Maul, so you can see how with all the other ones we haven't really made too much with materials. So anyway, with the realms here, we've actually been making more on Proudmoore. Last week we did as well, 214,000 on Proudmoore, 106,000 on Thrall. Still good amounts on both. And with that, we've actually made a total of 541,000 on Proudmoore, 386,000 on Thrall. Still really good amounts on both realms, but that is one reason why you kind of want to have more than one realm you're posting on. And even if it wasn't the fact of this challenge where we're just trying to do it on these two realms, I'd probably start trying to expand to another, maybe even two more realms, another Horde and another Alliance, to kind of spread that out so we could actually see this possibly even double, where we could, you know, have, you know, somewhere in between these amounts on two more realms. So it's all about expanding out, although I still feel like we still need to stock these two realms a little bit more. We haven't quite got there, because you really want to stock up first and then stock another one. But that's the whole thing, stocking a realm or two, since, you know, I figured since we're running two droves, we might as well stock two. And then, you know, once you have those stocked up, maybe start building on stocks with other realms. Even get yourself started out pretty quickly with some duplicates from these realms to branch out to your two new realms, and then start, like, you know, building up by doing all these runs all over again, and stocking those realms, and just keep on building, and eventually two more, and then two more, and then next thing you know, you're all over the place. So you're going from a convenience store here where you're starting out, then you're going to a warehouse when you've completed this and got the two realms, and then you're going to a chain where you start spreading to more, you know, realms. But that's where I kind of get to, like, you want to, you know, that's how you want to kind of improve. But anyway, with all that being said, let's go ahead and see how much we can expand this to, see if we can get over 1,000,000 gold, and how far over 1,000,000 we can get once we've added Track There and Keep. Again, we'll probably see sales from previous runs, not just Track There and Keep, and hopefully we do. All right, guys, so here we are. We're on our first bank tune, and this is our low value transmog bank tune, which would be Proudmoore, of course. So let's go and take a look first, see what we got. All right, so we do actually have some sales. Very nice. 68,191 gold. Not bad to start out with for transmog. So with that, let's see what we got here. See if we actually sold anything from Track There and Keep. So let's see, Soul Keeper ledgers. That's actually, I believe, from Iron Docks. So we're still selling stuff from Iron Docks. Pretty low. It is just that little low, you know, offhand item. 665 gold. Grizzly Jerkin, 4,500 gold. Still better than what we've been seeing those sell for on Thrall, but it's still a lot lower than we were selling these on Proudmoore previously. We were selling them around, what, 20,000-30,000 gold. So yeah, a little bit lower. I think the last one actually was like 16 or 17,000, but still a little bit lower. But still, it is a low value piece. It's valued at under 20,000 gold, so still not bad. Emerald Silk Tunic, let's see, Saltstone Shoulder Pads, 1,300 gold. We sold one of the books. Again, we've got plenty of these. We've got plenty of them. We even had to put some in the bank because we need to make some more room here. So yeah, we've got 4,400 gold on that, and we're actually, after we're finished with RFK, we're going to be back in Dire Mall to actually possibly pick up some more of these. So we've got plenty of room to sell these. Anyway, 4,400 gold there. Aboriginal Vest, not bad, 9,500 gold. That's like the chest from one of the loincloths, one of the lower loincloths too. War Paint Legs, 2,600. Snowbolt Ripper. Now, that I do believe came from, I'm pretty sure the Snowbolt stuff, yes, that was from Track There and Keep. So nice, we sold an item from there, 5,000 gold. And actually that one I'm kind of impressed, it actually sold before some of the other ones. Well, we haven't looked at the high value stuff yet, but you know, still, it's just a little dagger. Didn't really have much of a look to it, but anyway, there's also collectors that buy this stuff. Might not be necessarily worried about the look. Design for the braided Eternium chain. Not too sure where that one came from. Maybe Sunwell or something like that. I mean, sounds like maybe something from Sunwell, but anyway, 4,400 gold. Pathfinder cloak, 8,600. Insight staff came from Iron Docks. Kind of low on that one, but still, we sold it. It is a low value piece, so not going to stress over too much. Phasing boots, almost certain that was RFD. So I mean, we're selling stuff from a little bit of everywhere. And then Terraclaw Hood sold for 8,100. Now I can't remember where that one came from, but nice sell, 8,000 gold. That could have been, you know, any, I don't know. Prospector boots, 7,700 gold. I'm pretty sure that came from BFD. Let's see, Deviant Skull Cloak, really low, but you know, that's an item from Wailing Caverns. Hive Comb Staff sold for 5,400. That could have been Drac there and Keep or Iron Docks, one or the other. I'll have to look into that one. Deviant Scale Belt, so we sold another Deviant Scale item. That's definitely Wailing Caverns, 1,100. Not bad for that one, but still not bad. 68,191 gold. We'll go ahead and add that in up here to our total. And keyboard. All right. So good starting out. Low value transmog already at almost 70,000 gold. Really good getting that amount from just our low value stuff. So let's go ahead and clear that out now. Okay. And then we will switch on over to our high value transmog. And hopefully we got some Drac there and Keep sales over here too. That'd be really nice. All right, so our high value transmog, we got some sales. It's actually lower than the low value stuff. 52,182 gold. So still, we made some gold. I'm happy about that. Let's see what we sold. We sold the Gull Rock Shield. So now that is actually from Iron Docks. Kind of low because, you know, it had to be valued at over 20,000. I think it was just barely over 20, but 1,600 gold there. Mystics wrap, I believe that came from BFD, 13,000. Firemane leggings only 14, almost 15,000 gold, probably 15,000 before, yeah, 15,500 before the auction house cut. Yeah, they do take a cut, don't they? But anyway, so yeah, about 15,000 gold that sold for. We got 14, almost 15 out of it. You know, that is really low for the item. I was okay with the 30,000. I would have liked to still got like around the 30,000 range at least for those. But either way, we are, you know, heading back to Dire Mall. We might pick up some more there. So I'm not going to stress over it too much. Saltstone boots, 3,000 gold. Aboriginal loincloth. So now we sold the chest and the loincloth. So it might be somebody actually trying to match that set up. 13,000 gold for the loincloth, and that's not actually a bad value for that one, even though yes, it's over 20, but it's right over 20. It's barely over. It used to actually be, I used to post this on my low value transmog paint too, because it was actually under. I think this one actually used to be the lowest one, the lowest valued loincloth, and then it seems like recently the blood spattered loincloth actually became the lowest. Tyrant's leg plates only 2,800. The Evocator's blade, now that came from BFD, and we have some more of those, I believe. Maybe not on this one, but we do definitely have well, then we do have them right here. But yeah, so the Evocator's blade, we sold that for 2,300. The Frosted Steel mallet, I did put with the inflated stuff. Maybe I shouldn't have. You can give me your comments on that. Same with the Palisade crossbow stuff here. You see though, somebody else was already posting it really low because I have it set to post at like 1,000 gold or something like that. So it means somebody else was posting this one really low too because they thought it was inflated as well. But yeah, I felt like these items were inflated, so I put it with my inflated list. It will post things at 1,000 gold. You know, of course, undercut stuff, so it can be lower. But yeah, these came from Drac there and Keep. This was like valued at like over 2 million gold for this mallet, and it's just dropping too frequently for it to believe, you know, be valued at that. Now maybe I could have gotten a little bit more for it, but you know, I just don't want to sit around on an item that's overvalued in, you know, hopes that it might bring me something by somebody not realizing it actually drops. So you know, and it's not like super rare drop, because I mean I've gotten multiple of these, so it's definitely not super rare, so it's definitely not worth 2 million gold. But anyway, yeah, so sold both of those. I'm just happy that they moved, especially if they are a more common item and they're not really valued at what they are listed as. So anyway, not bad though. 52,000 gold. We did sell a little bit of something from everywhere. We'll go ahead and add this in over here. All right, so we're already over 100,000 gold, so that's a good sign. Now, I don't necessarily know if we'll beat last week, as last week we actually had let's see, I need to switch my keyboard. Last week I actually had 321,000 gold, which, you know, is almost well, I guess it wasn't quite double what we made the week before, but still is a big jump from the increases we were seeing. You see, we went up like 40,000 here, went up about another 40,000 here. Granted, it'd been nice if we went up like 80,000 here, double, you know, that range of where we were going up 40,000. But to see that big of a jump, it may have just been a really good week, and you will see those. You'll see where you have really good weeks compared to others, but we do want to see a gradual climb, you know, climb up, but not sure if we'll see it, you know, go up to like 300 some thousand and beat this, but it may happen. It'd be awesome if it does. But anyway, still not a bad start at 120,000 to start out with. So let's go ahead and take a look at or clear this out, see what we get with materials. Now that we actually got that on there. All right, and over to our materials. Now with materials, drag there and keep. I can't recall. Well, we had the cloth, we had the spider silk. It's not gonna be much, I don't think. Oh, actually it's more. Actually, we still had some of the auction control modules sell, so not bad there either. 6,000 gold for each one of those. We sold the frost weave cloth for 3,000 pieces, 708 gold. The ice web spider silk for 258 gold. And actually somebody pointed out to me, it was Miss Foz pointed out to me that at the time, I don't know what I sold it at. Maybe I did sell it at the vendor cost, but apparently the vendor cost is actually pretty high on these, because she saw it in the video when I was actually going over the loot, and it pointed out that it was actually vendoring for the same amount that it was selling for on the auction house. But I still post it, so you know, even somebody like me who's been doing this for a while, you know, we all make these stupid mistakes, and yeah, I probably should check that. So I don't know, I may have actually made less gold than I could have by just vendoring that ice web spider silk, but it is what it is. So anyway, 13,265 gold, still a lot better than some of the material, you know, cleanouts we have, as we really don't get too many materials really from the dungeon runs, as it's more focused on transmog, unlike your open world stuff. But you know, you do get, you know, with this we did Iron Dock, so we had all those auction control modules, so that really helped out a lot with those. So anyway, not bad. We're now at 133,265 gold just with Prowmore, which is actually already a little bit less than what Prowmore made last week, because last week Prowmore made for us 214,000. So still, it might be that we may still beat what we made last week if Thrall can actually do more than they did, because they only did 106,000 last week. And it would be nice to see that Thrall is actually, you know, better than Prowmore this week, as it means that everyone, you know, each one of them is improving a little bit here and there. And some weeks we might have better sales on one or the other. So anyway, let's go ahead and go to Thrall. We'll start out again with the low value transmog Bink Tune, just like we did with the Alliance, and see how well they did. See if they can make more than 68,000 on their low value tune. So here we are, low value transmog, and what do we got? It's not beating Prowmore. 29,953 gold. So hopefully they can make up for it with the high value transmog, but let's go ahead and see what we got here. So we've got oh man, we sold all three of the deviant scale patterns, so very nice. Welling Caverns, 3,000 gold for the cloak, Gloves only 759, 475, 474 for the belt. Actually, I think the belt's the highest valued one. I could be wrong there, but still not bad. Still really good to see those items selling. We've got plenty of those cloaks here. This is actually the gold thorn tee, but we do, you see, we got some of the you know, devious scale stuff here, and I've got more in the bank to make some room here, because you see we have a lot of duplicates take up a lot of room. I probably need to actually reorganize this as we add BRD loot into our bags now, because we don't really have too much space for it, right? But anyway, we also have creeper claw bow, really low, but that is Iron Docks item. Prospector boots, we sold that on both actually, so 47.50 for that one. The Arcanine broadaxe, maybe Draktheron, could also be Iron Docks. Gold Rock leg plates, I think that's actually Iron Docks green legging weapon, or legging weapon. got legs that are weapons now, guys. Super kicks. Let's do. Anyway, I do believe that is a pair of pants from Iron Docks, though. Vine Wrap great sword, that definitely is Iron Docks, 1900 gold. Then some of these inflated rings we sold. These are no, that's the twig. That's the offhand thing. So 190 gold for that. Soul Keeper ring, though, that is one of the inflated rings, 950 gold. Black Dustwood staff, 2300. Again, Prospector boots, this time really nice, 9400 gold for that one. Deadwood sledge, just really low. Daggerjaw jerkin, I do believe the Daggerjaw stuff is from Draktheron Keep. 1400, and then only about 500 for the wrist, but still not bad seeing those items sell from, you know, doing something from Wrath. So we are still seeing things from old stuff. We're seeing stuff from the new dungeon added in, so I'm happy with that. All right, go ahead and clear that out, and now we'll jump on over to our high value transmog, and hopefully, so we can, you know, really though, I do really just want to beat where we were, you know, with BFD. So as long as we do that, we're good. Like I said, I feel like we may have just had a really good week, but if we do beat our really good week from after doing Iron Docks, then great. But right now we're at 163,000. So we'll need somewhere around, you know, somewhere over 150,000 at least to be up there in the 300,000 range. So let's go ahead and take a look here, see what we got. Come on. Oh, I mean, it's not quite there, but still good amount here. It means we'll be over BFD, 119,345 gold. So really not bad. And yeah, it was actually, well, way higher than what Proudmoore have with their high value transfer. Let's take a look, see what we got here. So Barbaric Loincloth, nice. We sold one of the higher value loincloths, 43,000. So right there at its value too. So that's really nice when it sells for right at its value or above or just close to its value. It's really good. So really nice there. Saltstone Legs, you know, a little below its value. But you know, would like to see like something like 60,000 gold at least from this one, but still not bad. We sold it 32, and it's again not like under 10,000, so I'll take it. Saltstone Surcoat, 3,000. That one is, I'm not too worried about that. Now if this was the legs that sold for this, I'd be like, oh man, that's horrible. Horrible. But the chest is no longer valued like it used to be. I think they are right at like 20 or 30,000 gold in value. They used to be a long time ago like 80,000 in value, so they're no longer up there anymore. And they do drop a lot more often than the legs do, so you definitely want a little bit more. Plans for the steel weapon chain actually sold. Pretty impressive, 38,000 gold. Now a lot of people might think, oh well, I mean, that thing's valued at like a whole, I can't remember, is it, I know it's over 100, I think it's like valued at like 500, but I think it's way overvalued. I mean, or 300,000, something like that. It's way up there, but still, I mean, I tried posting this thing on multiple different realms at like right at 100, 150,000. It does not move. This, I mean, it's unlike some of the other enchants. I don't really see where it's really useful. Or you know, plans anyway, because it's not like you can design like an armor piece or anything with this one. It's like an enchantment really. So yeah, this is I'm okay with that. So it sold. Trapper's rifle, aboriginal loincloth, it's kind of low for that one. It is right at 20,000 though, so we'll have hoped for maybe at least like 5,000 for it, maybe again 3 like the sword coat, but it sold. It was one of the lowest, so that's okay. We've got more to replace it. Still not a bad amount. We could have maybe made more of some of these would have sold, but then again, they could have been sitting here collecting dust as well, and we've had a lower amount here, so I'm okay with that. We've got backups, we've got you know, reserves. You see, we still got loincloths. We still got stuff to replace them, and we will be running a lot more dungeons. So we'll take what we got here. 119,345 gold. Right, so looking pretty good, and let's go and clear that out. Let's see if we got any material sales on Thrall, and then we will actually take a look and see how much we've made this week. All right, last bank tune. I can't remember if we had any auction control modules. It'd be nice if we had some sales from that too. We did actually have more on this tune than we had on the Alliance when we started. Okay, yeah, we actually sold some. A little bit less than, I think a little less than what the Alliance one sold it for. Yeah, we got 9,000, almost 10,000 gold, 9,800. 2 modules sold for 4,700. Frostweave cloth, 202 gold. The Ice Web Spider sold for 187 gold. Again, we may have made more if we actually did we vendored those instead of actually posting them, as pointed out by Miss Fawn. So just make sure you guys are not making that mistake and double checking that stuff, unlike poor old Babypowder just posting away, just trying to get the stuff in the mailbox. But anyway, I'm going to clear that out. All right, and let's go ahead and get our sheet back up here, and there we go. All right, so as you guys can see here, we didn't beat what we made last week. We got close though. 292,831 gold. So really good still. Way above, you know, what we made previously with BFD. So even if you say we kept this trend of 40,000 gold increasing from the amount we were increasing, because we increased like about 40,000 here, another 40,000 here, and then if we would have been 40,000 here, that'd been like 220, and then 40,000 again, we're looking at like 260. So we're still above where we kind of wanted to be with the increasing rate to keep that consistent, right? So so yeah, that's really good. 321, or that was last week. 292,831 gold, still close to the 300,000 range, and that does put us over a million now. We're at 1,221,309 gold, so really good there. This week we made 269,000 in transmog alone, 23,000 in materials, still really good, a little lower than last, but we're actually probably going to see this going down more often now because we're not going to have auction control modules to sell. So not really sure what other materials we'll have to actually help us out in this area, but really, I mean, we just want to see this number really going up. So far, we've made 1,074,000 gold in transmog alone, 146,000 in materials. So big difference here. And then as far as our realms go, we have made 133,638 gold this week on Proudmoore, 159,193 gold on Thrall, and so far, now, I mean, they've bridged the gap a little bit here. I mean, so far we have made 675,486 gold on Proudmoore in total, and 545,823 gold on Thrall. So still, Proudmoore's doing a little bit better, but you know, they are really close, and that's what you like to see. It's pretty consistent. And it's kind of been back and forth too, as far as, you know, one being higher than the other. It's just when Prowler's been higher, they've been, you know, a lot higher. See, they were like last week, they were over 100,000 higher than Thrall was. So that's kind of the big jump here. And actually, just last week may have made, you know, the really big gap here, as far as, you know, they're about 130,000 behind Prowler. But anyway, guys, we get to add this now over to our sheet here. And with that, now we get to add our BRD loot, which you'll see the BRD loot video tomorrow. You'll be able to see what we'll actually be selling this week. And then, of course, next week will be Mana Tombs. But yeah, excited to do that, get some of those BRD items up, see if it helps our sales increase even more. Maybe we can see some of those big ticket items from BRD sell, that you guys will see tomorrow. But of course, if you've been watching stream, you'll see some of the drops I got from BRD anyway. So yeah, really hoping to see this keep on going up, at least by that like consistent 40,000 mount. So we would like to see, you know, like I said, we should have been at least 220,000 here if we kept that consistent with the 40,000 increase, and then 260,000. So we would want to be at least what, 200 and or 300,000 even here with BRD if we kept it consistent. Eventually it's going to get to a point where it's going to be like a trend where it may kind of like level out and we'll just kind of see the same amounts. Maybe it's like 300,000 is the range where we're going to be like aiming for, really. As you know, before when I was multi-box, like, oh, I want to be around, you know, 1.5 to 2 million, and then like here it's like maybe 300,000 with 2 realms, only 2 realms, and running 200 runs. And then of course we'll have weeks where we're a little bit lower, a little bit higher, you know, and that's kind of how just things work with sales anyway, right? But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for this clean out. Hopefully you guys are enjoying these. If you are, make sure you hit the thumbs up so I know that you guys like the content I'm coming out with and we can keep it going. And also make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the next video, so that, you know, you can see how these sales are improving, see how close we're getting to our 10 million goal, and also so you don't miss the loot videos. Also, don't forget to check out Twitch. The link is down below for Twitch. Come join us live so you can see, you know, as I'm running these dungeons, see what loot we get as it's done live. Also join us in a LAC. Makes it a lot more fun, gives it that little competitive edge. Also, don't forget about the link down below for gaminghero.io if you are interested in going to a website to check out some guides. Might be a good place for you. It does, like I said, it has a good idea behind it with bringing a bunch of creators together to bring a bunch of different guides all in one spot. Just remember, if you do decide that you want to check out the premium guides and you want to get the membership, just to use the code WordPotato so you get a little bit of a discount there. But anyway, that is going to be it for week 7's clean out. We are now over 1 million gold and closing in on our 10 million gold challenge. So anyway, guys, I hope to see you guys later in stream and in the next video. Take care, guys.